Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Unorthodox Opinions.
At least someone got it right.
I'm your host for today, Arrow, and I am with Mr. Unknown
Yes, sir.
and the one and only Vanilla Chocolate. Okay, I don't like Pause.
Making me sound like a stripper.
Vanilla ice chocolate, baby.
The one and only.
Yeah,
One
when
of
you
the
say it like
things will
that.
get your wallets out, gentlemen.
Be ready. And some cash. Okay, yeah, sorry. Carry on.
All right, and of course, we're going to be talking about Riddick today, one
Mm,
of my all-time favorite movies, if I do say so myself.
mm.
And
Okay.
just to start us off with, because I know you guys are gonna have a lot of opinions about this, but the first thing I want you guys to mention, the first thing I want to hear from you guys is like, what is at least one thing that you liked about the movie? At least one thing that you
I
liked
don't I
about.
don't think it was the one thing I liked is when there were actually other characters there and like there was I guess an objective
What do you mean you guess an objective?
because I don't know, maybe a lot of it went over my head. It just felt like there wasn't much happening at first, and then all of a sudden the rainstorm was
Yeah,
happening.
I feel like at the beginning until like the rainstorm, if you haven't watched like the previous movies, you wouldn't understand what's happening
Yeah.
or why he's there. So just to give
Wait,
you
there's more
guys,
than
and
one.
oh yeah, there's
Yeah.
like three before this, before Riddick. So it started with Pitch Black, I think, and then the Chronicle of Riddick. No, there's two before this. Yeah, Pitch Black, then the Chronicle of Riddick, and then there's Riddick.
Wait,
And
I
Right.
thought
in
this
the
was the first one.
hmm? No,
I
Riddick
thought
is
this was
the
the.
Riddick is the last one. I know, and it's weird.
Ah,
They literally waited until the last movie to actually give it his name. Because originally the first one was Pitch Black because of his abilities.
yeah. I remember that
Which
one.
is to see in the
Yeah,
dark.
Is that the
yeah,
prison one?
yeah. The prison one,
Ah,
and
okay,
then
yeah.
there's the Chronicle of Riddick, which is like after the prison one,
Mm.
and then there's Riddick. So to give you context for so in the Chronicle of Riddick, basically what happened was that he he ended
Are
up.
we talking about the Chronicles of Riddick?
No, I just wanted to give
No, no, no,
unknown a
no, no,
little
no.
bit of context for the
No, he doesn't.
beginning
No,
of
he doesn't need to know.
Riddick.
He doesn't
All
need
right,
to
well,
know.
I guess it doesn't need to
He
know
doesn't.
then. I know, and you don't
You
need to
don't need
know.
to know.
Yeah, I don't need to know. I actually don't. I actually
All
don't want
right,
to know,
never,
to be
never
completely honest.
mind.
I actually
I
don't want
thought
to
I was
know.
doing you a favor.
No, no, you were actually wasting my
No,
time. I'll be
but
completely honest. You were
the movie
wasting my time.
explains what happened at the start. I don't know how you were confused
No, no,
or
no, no,
how
no,
things went
no,
over your head.
no, no, no. What
Like,
I
I know
said
you're
was
short, but I don't understand why things went over your head. Like,
no. What I said was it just felt like for me it was okay. I'll be honest. The first 20 minutes were absolutely boring. I know the movie is explaining everything. I get it, but it was just so boring to just see him there
I can get that because obviously
and
you're just seeing him just survive, really.
yeah, and it's
Like they could have summed it up in 5 minutes.
like the best part for me was when other people landed on the planet, and I was like,
Yeah, that's when it
finally,
gets good because then it starts going with the mind games and
yeah, and I was
everything.
like, finally, something's happening.
Imagine if the whole movie that I asked you to watch was just him surviving
I
on
would
the
have been
planet alone.
sleeping the whole movie. I'm sorry. Do you know how many
I'm like, hey,
times?
listen, it's basically like the prerequisite to The Martian.
No, but do you know how many times I've actually
It was The
tried to watch it?
Martian before The Martian.
You know, I've tried to watch it multiple times before.
Well, before this.
Yeah, and I've just fallen asleep every single time.
Well, I guess you were watching it at the wrong time then.
No, I was just not. It wasn't very good. That's the problem.
what, Riddick?
Yeah, the first 20 minutes just couldn't grab me.
Yeah,
I like the first
if you
20
don't
minutes.
know what you're going into, some people who are like, because obviously if you see like a Vin Diesel movie, you're expecting action. I would think. So if you're going into it with that, and then you get slapped with like 20 minutes of him surviving in a dog, and you're just gonna be like, what am I watching right now? But
Yeah.
But those
I
20
like the
minutes make
first,
sense.
yeah, I like the first 20-minute first half because it kind of just showcased like what the planet he landed on is like and just how harsh it is to survive on there, and just
Yeah.
his innate ability to be able to, make do and survive.
Yeah.
I think it basically introduces you to like the kind of character that he's playing.
Fairs. I mean,
But what about you? Sorry, do you have any
no, no,
other?
no. That's it. Yeah.
How about you, Vanilla?
I really like the first 20 minutes because, I mean, he narrates it and stuff, so he's kind of like holding our hands, walking us through what's happened till then, but it also shows how good he is at surviving. It shows how harsh the planet is. Like, I like how it's that first 20 minutes is like really yellow. And I'm just thinking, I would not want to be there. It just makes me
Yeah,
feel like so uneasy. And then he's just there with those scorpion dinosaur things.
yeah. I
It
still
shows
don't know what
him.
the freak those were supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't get those. I, I don't get those. But we'll talk about those later. Like, and
Yeah,
it shows him using their poison to give himself some immunity and his little dog friend as well.
yeah. See, that's actually what I was gonna say was my like favorite part of that. At least that first 20 minutes was the part of showing how he planned and actually used like the venom to get used to the animals because he knew there was no other because it was too quick and it has two attacking methods. So he knew there was no other way but to get bit. So he kind of just made himself like immune to it in a way, and then let the thing bite him to then be able to like cut off his head. Which I'm like, okay, that's a little. I can see what you're doing there. It's a little believable.
Yeah. No, I get it. I think. I think when I got interested in the movie, it made a lot of sense and it was fun to watch.
At the
The,
start, you
Hmm.
didn't get it.
no, it wasn't that I didn't get it. I just wasn't that
He
interested
just
into it.
wasn't interested in
Yeah,
it.
Okay.
like
Yeah.
I I understood was kind of I understood what was happening, but it just wasn't like grabbing my
Because
attention.
you know why I can see where you're coming from, Unknown, is normally that would be me when I'm watching a movie if I hadn't watched the first two. So by the time Riddick came out, I was like super hyped for it already because
I
I wanted to
don't
find out
believe
what
that was
happened.
you though. We've literally spoke about how many movies. First of all, Mario made you want to become a paint designer. It's like how many movies have you just been inspired by? You
I
can't,
didn't say
no,
anything about being
honest, no,
inspired. I
but
just said
like
I
you
was looking
can't tell
forward to the
me.
movie.
Yeah, I know, but you can't tell me like, nah, this movie, like if it wasn't for the fact that I seen the first two, I wouldn't have been paying attention because
No, no,
every
no.
movie
Let
we've
me
reviewed, you've literally
finish.
been like, dude, movie's amazing, 4 out of 10.
Let me
Literally.
finish. I was gonna say I probably would have struggled to be able to like keep watching it like if with the first 20 minutes of him just doing nothing and pretty much surviving. If I hadn't watched the first two movies, I probably would have been like you, where I'd be like, "Why am I watching?" I'd probably turn it off or go to sleep.
Hmm.
But because I'd already known what happened and I've been looking forward to it, I'm like, "Oh, okay." So we're basically picking up from where we're literally picking up from where the last movie like stopped. So it's kind of like a continuation for me. Is the point I was trying to make before you started attacking me for no reason.
Sorry, yeah, no, sorry, yeah, I apologize.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, no, I mean, I did think towards the middle of the movie it gained a lot more of my attention. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's those were my thoughts on the movie. Any other questions, I guess, before I
All
start
right,
grilling the
so
whole. No, I'm joking.
again, another one. What are your opinions on Vin
Wait, did I
Diesel's?
answer that question?
Yeah, you said that the first. Actually, you only answered like in terms of the first 20 minutes. What about you? What's like your favorite moment
What
in
did I
terms of the
like?
entire? Yeah,
Um,
like one thing you liked. While he's thinking, let me just mention the one thing I liked was the dialogue between when when he got captured and he was like trying to like get in their head, and he did the dialogue with like once I'm free, your head's gonna be in
Oh
that
yeah,
box, and I'm
yeah,
gonna.
yeah.
That's my favorite. But I just found that just funny for some reason. I don't know why.
I only like the bit where he said, "I'm gonna be balls deep in her."
Yeah, that's what. But only because she asked me to. But that part made me laugh because I'm like, okay, that's it. And then hits me with it, but only because she asked me to.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, he's not just gonna like force himself on her.
I was like, hey, I misjudged you. I thought you weren't. I thought you weren't. But hey, okay.
I mean, I was down for that too, but I guess he didn't want to.
Have you got your answer, Vanilla?
Nope. Can move on.
All right, fair enough. Next question. What are your opinions on Vin Diesel's acting? Do you think he's like he captured the character? Do you think he did a good job acting wise?
I think he did. Yeah, I think he had a solid performance.
Because I feel like I don't, but I remember around when it came out, there was like a lot of people being like, "Oh, Vin Diesel is he's not really a good actor." Da, 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 da. Like he did terrible in Riddick, and I'm like, I feel like I don't know. I was like, I don't know. Maybe I just don't know what actors are supposed to be like. This was back when it came out. I was like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what actors are supposed to be like, but I felt like he pretty much did a good job in the movie. But I guess not.
Yeah, I think he did.
Which
I think he did a really good job. I don't think like I wasn't watching it thinking, oh, like what is he doing or what's happening with this. I think he fit the role quite nicely of that like intimidating, doesn't speak too much, stick to his word type of guy.
mm,
Yeah, I think he fit that role quite nicely.
all right.
You
How
know,
about you,
you know
Vanilla?
when you know when you think of some actors and then immediately one of their roles comes to mind. Like
Yeah.
if you think about Daniel Radcliffe, you think Harry Potter.
Mm,
You think about Tobey Maguire, you think Spider Man. You
yeah.
know, when I think about Vin Diesel, I think Riddick.
Really, I
I
would
think
think.
he
I mean, most people probably think like Fast and Furious.
Dom, yeah, probably think Dom. I think
But yeah,
Riddick. I think he.
I think like Riddick as well because, like I said, like I think one of the first experiences of Vin Diesel that like the first ones that I'm like, oh, I remember I was really into Vin Diesel was when I watched like Pitch Black and I was like, okay, I just want to watch
Yeah,
pretty much everything Vin Diesel I can find now.
yeah. I mean, he's got that low, grumbly voice. It just suits
Yeah,
the character
yeah,
really well. I think he just did a really good job as Riddick. I don't know what those people were talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what
Is
those
yeah. I don't know.
I think we're right. I think they're wrong actually. I think
is Riddick like a was it like a comic book or a novel or
I'm
something?
actually
Or
not sure because I feel like you would think it was like it probably came from a comic book or something, but I actually haven't heard anything about it coming from a comic book. So
yeah.
maybe it's just him.
Yeah.
Just he just came up with it.
I'm not sure if it came from a comic book, but I know like
Let me see if
um
I can find out.
yeah, you do that actually. But I know like um in terms of the way the movie portrays him, it's like he almost has super abilities, obviously with the eyes and everything. But then with other things, like when he catches the sword on his foot and then he kicks it precisely through the guy, I was like, well, you can't be normal in doing that.
Mm,
Like,
yeah,
yeah, you can't be
I
normal.
think
So,
it's more of like it's his race ability. So it's not like a specific ability to him; it's a specific ability to his race.
okay, okay,
But obviously, he's probably the last of his kind because his entire race got decimated in a war.
yeah, fair enough. You learn something new every day.
I think there was actually a book written because of the movie. So I think the movie might have been the
the movie was
original. I'm not
first.
sure.
Yeah, I think he did a good job.
Yeah, I think he did a very solid job. To be honest, I didn't feel like like someone else could have done this role or anything. So it was quite good.
Right. Okay. The next question then is favorite character. Like in terms of all the characters, and obviously I always minus the main character.
Yeah,
In terms
yeah,
of the characters and their which one, I think I'm really interested in this question because I feel like there was a lot of characters in there, but not all of them are like memorable. All of them had their own different objectives as well.
Yeah.
So it really kind of just depends on like which whose person's attitude and objective you vibe with.
I think, do you know, what's her name? Darla, the girl that he said he was going to be.
I don't think her name was actually Doll. I think you're just
Doll.
calling her Doll.
What?
Name was like Dahl, no?
Yeah, her name was Doll.
Oh, is it? I don't
DAHL.
know. Oh, okay. Because I was think you know how like people call women doll like as a term of endearment. I
Oh,
thought that's what he was
Dahl.
doing.
Oh,
No,
Yeah,
no,
doll.
no.
no. Well, I was talking about someone who's seen Riddick. Oh my gosh, dude.
Dude, I've seen it like more than 2 times.
Yeah, learn a
As
thing or
as
two.
told.
Fucking hell, mate. Yeah, no, I felt like she started off as this tough woman, and then towards the end, it was like, I don't know, she got kind of soft, and
Yeah,
was like, I don't know if that was character development or just
I
random.
think it's not really character development, but it's kind of just shows because obviously she's basically in a line of business where the main people are guys, and it's like ruffians at
Yeah,
that, and all they basically see her as is, how Santana was basically talking to her, so she kind of had to build that exterior of the hard ass woman,
yeah,
and then once basically all those type of people were down for the count, and it was basically just all the people she knows or and Riddick. She's like, okay, well, now she's far a little bit more comfortable to be herself, I guess.
fair enough. But I sorry, I feel like I also didn't understand. You know, the guy that Batista played, who's he? I didn't understand his objective because I felt like
He
he.
wanted Riddick's. I think he wanted Riddick's bounty for himself.
Oh yeah, yeah, I felt that, but then like
See, that's what I'm
in the
saying.
end,
I'm
he
like,
was
so if
like,
Riddick never murdered any, so was he planning on killing his whole crew anyway to the
yeah,
guy Riddick? I don't,
I don't.
I
That's
don't
what I
know where
was
it's
saying. I
coming
was like,
from.
what was your game plan here? Because it's like he was like, oh yeah, we can, he can take Reddit one on one or whatever, cool. But then it was just kind of like, what's your game plan? Because you were gonna steal the, what's it called, to take the jet away or whatever. But it was like, were you gonna kill Reddit and then take it, or were you gonna
Yeah, he's
kill
literally
like?
worth more dead. Like
Yeah,
his
I was
bounty
just, I don't
doubles
know.
dead.
I just didn't
Which
like
I
it. It
think
felt
is
kind of
funny
random.
because they literally is like, bro, this guy is such a menace. We will pay you more if you killed him before you brought him to us.
Yeah, obviously, because if you bring him alive, he's more headache to everyone, then, isn't he?
Yeah, but then I'm like, okay, because the funny thing is, oh, okay, actually, I think, yeah, they did say it was new because I don't think that was the condition for like, because he did end up in prison in Pitch Black, and I'm like, why didn't you just kill him then? But I think it was after he escaped. They were like, bro, we don't want him back. Please just
Yeah,
just make
yeah.
sure he's dead.
It makes sense to be fair.
Yeah. But yeah, I think his objective was to kill Riddick, and then he was gonna knock out the I don't remember what his name is, but the other guy, he was gonna knock him out and leave him stranded, and then kill Riddick, and obviously take his body with him. But then that's what I'm saying. I don't because then I'm like, okay, when you get to the ship, what was you planning on telling Dahl and the priest guy? Well, like, oh, I couldn't save him. The
Yeah.
animals got him. The
And now I've just got Riddick's head in my hand.
Yeah, because then they'll be expecting you to share the bounty with them as well. So was he planning on killing them too?
Probably, to
Probably.
be fair.
Because I don't think that it would have been easy to him to get the jump on Dahl because she's always cautious around people she don't know from the look of it.
Yeah, but just tell her you're trying to bang her.
I
She's a
think that
lesbian.
would make her put a guard up even more.
Oh,
So you saying Dahl? No,
who my most memorable character?
like
Yeah, what
your
was your
favorite
actual
character.
answer? You just
And
didn't answer the
yeah,
question.
sorry, my most memorable character for that. Ah, that's tough. I would have to go. I think it's probably her. Yeah, probably.
Mm,
Other than Riddick, yeah, then yeah, her.
okay, how
But
about you,
why though?
Vanilla?
She didn't do anything. She was
Yeah,
just a
but like
chick.
no, but she like Who else did
What's so
anything? No one
significant
else.
about it?
No one else did anything though. Like you
Oh
think
my
about it.
god,
Oh no, wait.
Johns did.
No, who's Johns? Is it the
He
guy
was
John
like
who's
the
Jones is the main
second
guy for
main
what?
character.
The one that
the
saved Reddit in the end.
He was the
yeah,
one with
I
all the beef with Riddick.
Big
I
Like
Daddy
was
the
gonna say I
Johns.
was gonna say
emotional
him.
center
Yeah,
of the
I
movie.
was gonna say him.
Yeah, sure
But
you are. Now
no,
listen
no, no.
back.
Listen, listen, listen.
Look at him. Listen to him. Are we listening to this guy? Really?
The reason I didn't say him
Because
was
he didn't have tits, did he? That's why, isn't it? No, be honest.
you know what? Cool. Yeah, go on then. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Go on then. Yeah, that's it.
No, what's the
Okay.
reason you didn't say him?
The reason I think see now I forgot what I was gonna say because
Sure.
I had a reason why I didn't say him.
It's a strong reason if you forget it like
No,
that, huh?
no, it's
Uh-huh.
not about that. I think um I don't know. I just felt like he didn't get any answers from Reddit. I mean, he kind of
He
did.
did get
Yeah,
What are
it.
you
he did.
talking about?
He did, but like I don't know. I just felt like he's a
You're not
I
making
don't know.
sense right now.
I don't like it. No, because you lot are make because the thing is what I felt was yeah he was
Well,
very
I
no no
think
no
it's
he was
that.
very hot on Riddick saying oh what happened to my son da da da. Then Riddick told him yeah your son's a little, and he just like that's what happened to him essentially in it, and it kind of felt like he was like okay cool like that's
What?
it. Like, do you get what I mean? He was like, okay, cool, my son's a little, and it just felt like
A little what?
so, like, just a, a pussy in it. Like,
What? No, he wasn't a pussy.
He was okay. Which part did you think when
dude,
Riddick told him what
didn't
happened to
he
his
say
son?
that? Reddit said something about his son, just like I don't even remember now.
This guy, you know, when he was digging, right?
Yeah,
That's when he told him what happened to his son.
what did he say then?
So he told him his son was addicted to morphine.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
remember that
completely
now?
forgot. Yeah, yeah, he
Yeah,
said his
yeah,
son
yeah.
was a drug addict. He said yeah, his son was
So
an
when they had him
addict.
in
Yeah,
chains,
yeah.
like he was trying to get answers from Riddick, but Riddick was stalling, so he didn't really give
Yeah,
him any
yeah,
answers.
yeah.
Did you
I
not
don't know.
feel that when like
No,
John's acting when Riddick was in chains and he was like, just tell me some fucking answers.
Yeah, oh,
no, you know
dude, I
what?
think
I
he
actually
killed it.
didn't. I actually didn't.
I think he killed that.
I actually
I think he
didn't.
killed
That
it. I
that
felt that.
please at the end, I felt that.
Yeah,
I actually didn't,
like
unfortunately.
he literally felt like a grieving father. I was like, bro,
Yeah,
you
you
killing
could
it.
literally feel it.
I didn't though, unfortunately.
He just wanted answers. He was desperate for answers. He was just
Literally,
like,
all he
please.
had, like, if Riddick gave him answers, he would have just left. Like, he didn't even care about the bounty.
I think that's what comes into me not seeing the first two.
No, it has
No.
nothing to do with
I
the
didn't
first.
remember.
Well,
I
I
didn't
don't
remember.
remember. Yeah,
Yeah, because it just
well, I
felt like I
remember.
was like I had
But this,
no connection to the guy, so I was just like
Honestly,
I
the
don't know what
first
happened to
one,
the
which
son.
is Pitch Black, is basically you can say it was basically a reenactment of the Riddick, so with just different characters. So it's pretty much similar. So you didn't really have to
yeah,
see
but
that one.
unknown.
Yeah.
This movie works better if you haven't seen Pitch Black because you wouldn't have known what happened. So you wouldn't
The
have
son,
known
yeah. So you
that
would be
his son
curious
was
about it
behind the
as
scene,
well.
a coward. So you should still be curious to be like, oh, what did happen? Is Riddick telling the truth? Is John's gonna get some answers?
I just didn't feel that. I think it was just me. Like I just didn't feel that. I don't know. Maybe I was just
I
being
guess he
too
just wasn't
critical.
invested like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe I was just being too critical of because I've tried to watch it multiple times. So you can imagine like this was what probably my fourth time trying to watch the movie. So
Mm.
it's like I'll be honest. I felt like at that point I was just like, okay, I'll sit through
Just
this
doing
because
it.
I have to. Yeah. And then when
Yeah.
it did get my interest, it was like, oh, this is interesting. But it wasn't like I'm gonna pay attention to every little detail. Like the one thing I didn't like was they were saying these monsters are like terror. They're gonna cause mayhem and whatever. But yeah, as soon as they went outside, it was like perfectly fine. They were just shooting them and they were dying quite easily. And I was just like,
No, I don't think
they were though. That's what
individual
pissed me
monsters
off,
were the
man.
issues. I think it was the strength in numbers that was the issues
Yeah,
for
no, I
them.
get them. I get that. There's a lot of them, right? No,
Yeah,
I'm not saying that. And I know there's like so many of them that it's impossible. But it also made it seem like it was gonna be like a task of like I don't know, like something much bigger than what it was. I just felt like
what kind of like a zombie apocalypse type
no,
thing.
I just felt like they would it would be so big, like they wouldn't just be able to go outside. They would have to sneak
So you thought
around.
everyone was gonna die.
Yeah, like I thought more people were gonna die, and then they would have to like sneak around and like, but they just went
Mm,
around on basically a
on the
hoverboard,
bikes.
yeah, and just like
Yeah, I
we're
think
fine.
obviously the thing as well is the creatures don't like the light, which the bike is basically all light up. So they're gonna have to be ignoring the bike because
I thought
if it's got light, they don't like it. So they kind of stay away
so.
from the
It's
light.
they don't like light. I thought it was just because
They
it was
don't like
raining.
light, and also they need water. So
Yeah,
it's two things.
I just thought it
Because
was because it
if
was
you
raining. They
remember at the
came out.
beginning as well, where they are, like even when they were in the water, it's always like the waters are in the shade,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
so that when they
I
come
didn't pick
out,
up
they
to that.
don't go too far. So they don't like light, and they also need water. So it's two things.
I didn't pick up on that detail. To be fair,
Yeah,
I knew they like. I knew it was the
that's
water
why
thing.
also at the end when John came to save Riddick and he turned on the ship light to give him light. That's why the creatures stopped coming towards him because they're like, oh my god, light,
Fair enough. So they should just
and
wait it
also
out
because
till
he killed a
daytime.
bunch of them. That was the thing as well. Is like they don't know when daytime is gonna
Mm.
come. Like
Why?
daytime could be in like 24 hours, in 2 weeks,
Why is it?
3 weeks, 2 months.
Okay, okay, fairs.
Because
Because of the
cause
storm.
if you think about it, I don't know how long Riddick was on that planet, but he was on there for like at least a month with like no rain or storm in sight. So
Yeah,
you don't know how long the storm on that planet lasts either, because it's an unregistered planet, so they don't know
yeah,
the
yeah,
weather fluctuations.
yeah. Fair enough. I think yeah.
All right, so how about you, Vanilla?
What was the question?
Memorable
Character.
character,
Oh yeah, John's probably.
John's.
Yeah.
First, I would have to say Santana, because
Yeah.
I just love his annoyance. It was between Santana or the priest guy, but I think I
Oh,
like
you talking
Santana
about
a
the
little
kid that
bit.
kept praying?
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, bro, like, why are you with them? Like, you don't seem to
Yeah.
match this crew's vibe at all.
Yeah, he just
And then
probably.
Santana's like, he's my good luck charm. All right, so those are all the general questions I was curious about out of the way. So I guess in general, just to open up the floor, what are your thoughts on the movie?
I'll let Vanilla go first because I feel like you guys really have something here. You guys really have something here, and I don't want to be attacked
Honestly, I was
again.
expecting you guys to hate this movie more than you do.
I feel like Unknown's indifference is just worse than hate though, because he's just not interested in it.
Yeah, yeah. Unknown. We
Like
need
that's
more
so much
emotions from
worse.
you, unknown.
What did you
Like,
say?
imagine if someone's just
We need more
indifferent to
emotions
you.
from you.
I'm sorry, guys. This
No, it's fine. You
it's
just didn't
just
enjoy the movie.
no.
But speaking
I
I
of,
get
thought
it.
it was a good movie in the end. It was too little,
you
too
just
late.
didn't enjoy the start.
Yeah,
Mm.
it was just
But
too little, too
speaking
late.
of, what I still have couldn't make sense of is one of the guys on, I think he was on Santana's crew, when the rain started, after they had Riddick in chains and the rain started pouring on the shack where they were at,
Yeah,
and everyone was like panicking, saying, "Oh, what are those creatures? What's outside?" One of them went up to Riddick and he's like, "I know what's coming, the
Yeah,
serpents." And I'm like, "Okay, why didn't you tell anyone? Like,
yeah.
what did you have to gain by just letting it surprise everyone?" Because he ended up dying in the end. And okay, I'm still so confused about it because I'm like, what was your plan? What was your goal? It just made no. So you knew it was coming, but you decided to help Riddick out and keep it secret from everyone else anyway.
yeah. He just had no plan. He just knew what was coming. He wanted
He
to
just
feel
knew it
like
was
boys in
coming,
it.
but
Yeah,
just
he's
wanted
like,
to see what happens.
yeah, bro. Like I'm good. I know what's happening.
All right, how about you, Vanilla? Any opinions on the movie?
I really liked the movie.
Mm.
I felt engaged throughout the whole thing. The only thing I don't get is the animal's life cycle. Like that's the only thing I don't
Cause
get.
a
But it's
dog,
not
innit?
a dog.
Oh, okay. Carry
The
on.
dog that Riddick had with him, kind of
Yeah,
like a
that
dog.
just grew up in like 2 days.
You're talking about no, that's not what I'm talking about.
Not 2 days.
I'm talking about the serpent things,
Yeah.
and
Oh, what didn't you
they just
understand
don't
about
make
them?
sense to me. Like okay, so they're in the ground, and then the storm causes them to hatch or whatever.
No, so they basically hide in water because they need the water in the dark. And once the storm rolls around, it gives them the perfect condition of what they get in water, but on land. So it gives them a
Okay.
condition to be able to come out, which is obviously it's wet and it's dark.
And then they just like eat everything on the what they eat.
They basically eat everything. Not even, they don't even consider themselves. Did you see the part where he started eating his own innards? It's like if they think
Oh
it's food,
yeah,
they eat it.
yeah, yeah,
That part was disgusting.
yeah. Cause
That I just don't
yeah,
get them.
yeah. Cause Riddick cut him open, and then he just started like
He
going
started
at
eating
it.
his own innards and stuff.
Yeah, that was crazy. I don't know what that was about.
I don't get
And they
how they're
eat their
still
own
alive.
kind. I think it's just numbers. Like they just produce more than they kill.
Yeah, but I think what Vanilla is trying to say is like how. What's their cycle? Like, do they reproduce with each other? Do they just hatch eggs
They don't
randomly?
explain it.
Yeah, I mean
Because
it's
I
not
mean they don't
important. I
explain
just
it.
don't get it.
yeah, it's just so many of them as well. Like
Because
how?
also because you can see it also explains why the land is basically just barren with barely any living creatures. Because whenever these storms rolls around, all those creatures come out and basically eat every living thing, not even living, everything in sight. And then once the storm disappears, then they go back into hiding, I guess, and then the land has just been ravaged. Even though the dogs that was there previously probably aren't alive anymore.
Fairs. That's what I mean. That's how I felt. I just felt like there was a lot I was missing.
Yeah, I think it's more of like a it's more like it's kind of similar to like a silent movie in a way where it doesn't really explain everything. It kind of relies on like atmosphere and you know camera work and imagery to get some points across.
But
Yeah.
that doesn't really need to be explained. I mean, I think they did a really good job at explaining most things. So Riddick lands on the planet. He's
Mm,
been he's been marooned there, and he's
stranded, yeah.
trying to survive. And then he finds this outpost. He sends a signal for people to come so he can get off. But then he
Because the
realizes
storm's
that the
coming.
storm is coming.
No, no, no. He said that because he saw the
Yeah,
storms coming.
because the storm's coming. If
So
the storm
because the
wasn't
storm's
coming, he would
coming,
have been chilling on the
Yeah.
planet, no problem.
Because it was like
so
a
because the
bounty.
storm's
Yeah,
coming,
because it was a
Dude, I
bounty for
was
him.
so hurt when that dog died. I was like, I think I was more emotionally invested in the dog than Riddick, honestly.
I wasn't. I was just
Because I
like,
was so hurt when that dog died because he died protecting him and he was so tranked up there was nothing he can do about it.
I was
So
like, yeah,
I
that's
felt
what you
such
get, you dumb
satisfaction
dog.
when Santana died and Riddick cut off his head. I was like, yeah, that's what you freaking get.
yeah,
Yeah. So sorry. Carry on, Vanilla. You explaining the whole story.
yeah. I mean, he went, he got people to come so he could get off, and then things happened. I don't. It was pretty straightforward.
You
Yeah.
know what
No.
I didn't get is how is he so certain that there was gonna be two ships? Because like for all he knew, only one ship could have landed, and then
I
they
think
started hunting for
that's
him.
like you know how you like Batman so much. Just imagine that like he planned it. He knew that there
Plan.
would be more than one like bounty group coming for him essentially, because he
I
knew
just
the money
assumed
on
there
his
would
head.
be
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly. Because the money on his head would be so much. He knew that okay, there's definitely gonna be more than one.
Mm.
To say there was definitely gonna be two,
I get
I
that. I
guess
think
that was
if
just a
anything,
guess.
I think maybe there was probably like it's more surprising that there were only two.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that there
Mm.
could have been three, four. Four
Yeah,
would have been
yeah,
believable. They see that message and just dip straight away.
yeah.
And they just go, yeah, nah, that's long. That makes sense.
Fairs.
But yeah, I do think the story, like, bearing in mind, I I had tried so many times. I do think once it passes that 15-20 minute barrier, it is quite easy to follow. Even once the thing is that 20 minutes and the first 15-20 minutes is not hard to follow. It's just for me, it was very slow. For me, like
Mm.
so, but I do think it's not a difficult movie to follow.
Yeah, no,
And
it's not
it's not
difficult to follow.
it's not it's a good story, quite simple story that they done really well in that aspect. Like, um I like the mystery of his ability, and how the one thing I will give credit to is that I could tell everyone had that sense of fear, even though they
Of
knew
him,
they were
yeah.
they outnumbered him. You could still tell when they were either alone or with someone. They had that sense of fear, like, oh snap, like, yo, this is it, the guy. Do you get where I'm going? Like, this is the guy, like, we're hunting for. And it's like, even if he wasn't close by, they all were quite like, what's his next move? And I like that
Yeah.
aspect. Like, you
Yeah.
could tell all the other characters were quite scared of him, which is good. And I also like the scenes where it was like he was in the room but they didn't know, and it was like, it just kind of made that mystery
Yeah,
of
his
him
stealth
being,
was
yeah,
like
yeah,
maxed out.
yeah, making it seem like that thing of like them not knowing what he's capable of a lot more. And it was quite good. I liked
Oh,
it.
speaking of, what was funny as well is like, the part where Doll was like in the bathroom and
Yeah,
his hand was like literally inches from her, bro. That was like, you would get like goosebumps at the back of your neck
Yeah.
with that, and
yeah,
you just
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's that feeling. I hate that because then like it's that feeling you hate of like
That's
when you're
some
washing
scary
your
movie shit.
face and you feel, yeah, like you feel like something's like in the room with you.
Yeah, I was
That
surprised
was
he
a cool
didn't
scene.
touch her.
I like
Yeah,
that
I was
scene.
surprised he didn't touch her.
I think he
Not
didn't want to
everyone's
give
like
away
you
his position.
unknown.
No, like, not
Please.
like that. I mean, like, I was surprised he didn't actually like grab her. I thought
Like
at that moment
accidentally
I
like
thought he
touch
was
her.
gonna kill her. Like, I thought she's dead. The whole time when
No,
I saw the hand, I was like, yo,
But
she might be dead.
he doesn't kill anyone who doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, and no, but you have to understand that I'm just there like, yo, she's part of them. Do you get what I mean? Like,
yeah, she's part of the crew.
exactly. So he's like just getting rid of numbers.
Yeah, he
No,
technically
but he
didn't
wasn't
kill
though.
anyone from Johns's crew. He literally only killed people from Santana's crew because they kept
Oh, because
provoking him.
because they spoke, innit? He was like, who said they're gonna put my head in a box? That
Yeah,
scene was cool. That scene where it was unbelievable but cool. Like, yeah, I was like, that's a cool scene. I get
yeah.
the idea,
The
but I
part
don't
where it's
believe it.
like, as soon as these chains come off, the
Yeah,
first 10
yeah,
seconds,
yeah.
your head
No,
is gonna
five
be in
seconds or
that
something like that. And
5 seconds.
then Dog goes, that was 5 seconds. I was like, shut up. I went back and replayed it. I was like, that wasn't five
It
seconds.
was actually 5 seconds.
What? No, it
I
wasn't.
replayed it and I counted.
No,
It was 5 seconds.
no. When did your
It was
five
five
seconds
seconds.
start? From when
Like
the chain came off?
as soon as the chain came off, yeah.
No, because as soon as the chain came off, the guy took the chain off, right? And there was like 3 seconds until whatever his name walked up to him and then started to like pretend he was gonna
Yeah,
slash him.
but so he was like the chain hadn't come off technically.
The chain it was loose. It was off.
It was loose, but it wasn't off because he hadn't like moved.
Okay.
It's kind of like the starting gun,
So
It's like
so
him
she's that's when
moving.
she started her timer as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
because to them he's still basically bound.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
That's probably why he felt so confident walking towards him.
Yeah, 100%. Any other memorable moments for you guys?
Oh yeah, the beginning was, the when he's. I was actually genuinely. I thought he was actually gonna set that woman free. The movement at the start.
Oh, yeah, no, I
I
thought
was
she
like,
was
oh, he's just
free.
gonna maroon her on the planet, and she's probably just gonna, we're just gonna forget about her. But he was like, no, he just straight up shot her in the back.
Yeah, that was snaky.
I was like, wow.
He did set her free.
For like a couple seconds.
Oh, the other guy set her free, and then whatever his name shot her.
He told her.
Yeah.
He told
Yeah,
him to set her free.
He told him to set her free, and then I think that guy was expecting her to be free as well.
yeah.
And then he shot her in the back and was like, I agree attached. I don't know what to tell you.
Either way, she's dead anyway.
Yeah,
She's the
no,
queen.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like she was gonna be dead on that planet anyway, but I guess it just kind of made it quick.
He was like raping her or whatever.
Was he?
I think they were. Yeah.
Implied.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Because you
fair.
can see definitely when he tried to touch her, she was like, "Bruh, please don't touch me anymore. I don't."
Yeah, because that's gonna work. Because they've been doing that for so long now. You're like, please don't touch me anymore. They're like,
No,
You're
she
right.
meant
you're
because
right.
the guy.
Nah, you know what? You're right. We should stop. We should probably stop now.
Is that now I feel bad?
Yeah, oh, you're right. I feel bad now. You're right. Because you weren't saying please stop before. You weren't saying that. You're right. You're
We
right.
didn't know this was wrong. Why didn't you say something?
Exactly. Literally.
I'm so sorry. We didn't know.
We thought this was normal.
We thought this was
You
consensual.
liked it. I don't know.
I thought that screaming was just you like enjoying it. All the passion you had. I'm dead. Oh, Fez. It's a bit of a shame. But I think Riddick, it is a good movie. Very good movie.
It's
I
a
would.
good movie,
I mean, yeah. I mean, based on the way you guys are reacting to it, I'd say yeah, it's a good movie. For me, it was a decent movie. I mean, it's a decent movie. You know, I can't be like, oh, I loved it because you know.
I mean, honestly, I was expecting it to be like freaking, like I was expecting it to like hate it.
No,
but
why would I hate it?
I don't know. I
Why?
feel like 'cause it's the thing I said of like when it came out, like a lot of people kept saying how bad it is,
What really?
and I was just there like so that's why it's kind of similar to how
Do you know why I think people say
with
that
the
it's
other
bad?
movies. I'm like I like the movie. I don't know what you mean by
I think I know why people say it's
it's
bad.
bad.
Because
Why?
those first 20 minutes are very difficult to push through.
Mm.
Like not very difficult, but I think for like people who aren't like innately interested in it, it is hard to maintain interest after the first 15 minutes because you're just like, oh, this is like boring.
Mm.
And you fall into like, oh, I guess nothing's happening in this movie. And then by the time something starts to happen, you've already got into the mindset of, oh, nothing's happening. So it's a bit late.
Okay, yeah, I guess I can see that. Because
Yeah.
for me, obviously, knowing what type of movie it was, I was like, yeah, I know something's gonna happen eventually.
Yeah.
But right now, we're just kind of learning about the planet
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
condition it's in and stuff like that.
Oh, that brings me to it. On the 17-minute mark or 18-minute mark, Reddit dies.
Where?
When he
Which one?
falls down the
Yeah,
cliff.
exactly. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah,
When it falls down the cliff?
Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. So the movie never happened because that was a flashback of him landing on the planet.
Of him landing on the planet.
Yeah, so the movie never happened.
Oh, that flag. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
definitely
yeah,
should
he
be
died,
dead.
so,
I don't know
yeah,
how he's alive.
I think that was one of the only scenes where I was like, he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the movie didn't happen. It's a bit of a shame, really, because it would have been a great movie.
It would have been a great
Yeah, it
movie.
would have been a good movie. It's just it didn't happen. It just didn't happen. There was no explanation as to why he
I
survived
mean,
that
speaking
either.
of as well, I think also the part where, when John's left him for dead.
When?
Yeah, he never. John never actually rescued him. He
Oh
did
yeah,
die
John
there.
didn't. John, yeah, he died there.
Yeah,
No,
he definitely
at the
died.
moment John
'Cause
came back,
his
he was
weapon,
dead.
the weapon he was, ain't no way you're telling me those creatures just, willingly did one-on-one against him. Like the weapon he was using could only take one of them at a
You're a
time.
smart man.
If they'd attacked him, like even just 2 or 3 of them,
Logically, if
there
they had
was a
just been
bunch
logical,
of them. Yeah,
if
and
they,
there's ain't no way those creatures would just take turns attacking. They would have just absolutely dogpiled him.
attacked like crocodiles.
yeah,
Yeah.
and true say, wasn't there like a hole in his chest?
Yeah, from like one of the creature's claws and stuff.
But
So
I
he
guess we
wasn't even
solved that
strong.
with like hot whatever we did. We just
Oh yeah,
solved
he
that
found some hot
stone.
rock
Yeah, we
somewhere.
just put it in
Did he
there.
have it on him? Did he
No,
just
we just
find it on the
found
planet?
that. No, we just
Just
walked.
randomly?
We just walked far enough, and then we
No,
find that,
it was
and it
from the explosion.
coincidence.
From the
No,
explosion.
John's released something and it exploded to give him time to get the pack from Riddick's back. And from
Yep,
that
so what,
explosion,
the
rock was
rock
heated up,
then got heated from the explosion?
apparently.
Huh.
And it just happened to allow
Be hot
him to
enough to,
put
like,
it in his chest.
Cauterize his
Yeah.
wounds.
And it was just
Never mind about any
infections
infectious diseases or
'cause
anything like that.
none of that happens, and that takes way too long to process.
Yeah.
So like he didn't die in that scene either. So I would stretch it. 2 scenes he should have died.
Yeah.
2 scenes he should have died in, but he
was
stayed
really
alive.
And
cute.
also, what I thought was stupid, sorry to cut you off, is
It's
the
fine, we're
part
used to
where
it.
he left a note on the locker where they locked the nodes
Yeah,
and he was like, trade.
yeah.
And then they thought that he stole the node, but they opened it up
And they didn't
turned
close
the-
it back.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't close it again. I'm like, why did you leave it open?
Because the script would have been too difficult if they closed it.
Because we've established that there's no way he got it off your neck because you had it on your neck the entire time. So why didn't you just keep doing what you were
You know
doing?
what? What
That's
annoyed
that
me?
fear though.
No, but you know
They
what
were
annoyed
so
me about that
afraid that
scene?
he could have did it that they just didn't close it again.
Yeah.
They were like, let's just leave this open.
Do you know what annoyed me though? It was the fact that I knew he didn't take it off the guy's neck and do it, but I still fell for the drama.
Yeah,
And I was
it's
just
still
like,
like, oh, maybe somehow
but I was just
he
like, he
managed to
didn't.
I
pull it off.
I thought maybe he did it while Dahl and that guy were fighting.
No, because they would have saw him.
Darling, what guy?
The
Dahl never
Dahl
guy.
had
and
sex with
Santana were
nobody.
fighting.
Oh, the when they were fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you thinking about, Arrow?
I mean, it cut off with him and the F, so I was like, there ain't no Fs with between Dahl and Santana.
I
While they
thought
were
I
fighting.
I thought they were going to be fair.
No, she hated his ass. There
No,
was no shot.
I thought he was gonna get around it. I really thought he was gonna pull it
I
out the bag.
I thought, yeah, I thought he was gonna, like do him like she did the girl at the beginning.
To be fair, I'm surprised they let her overpower him.
Apparently, she's supposed to be the strong female in the movie. She's the only female in the movie that lasted at least.
Well, oh yeah, true. The other one got shot. Imagine being that
Yeah,
female though. Like your role is to run out and get shot.
yeah. I would be so mad.
I'll be quite good at that.
That was literally her whole entire scene was to get freed, run, and then get shot.
Yeah.
Job is a job, innit?
How many takes?
Mm,
How many takes
one take.
you guys
Actually,
see?
maybe a couple takes for like the emotional part of like you begging him not to touch you. But the running one, I don't imagine it more than one take.
One and out.
Yeah.
I respect you. You think you're a good man. I think I need at least 3. I would have laughed at least 4 times. But yeah, any last thoughts on the movie then?
Yeah, just one. Do you know the scene with Batista where he was fight just after he knocked out Johns and he was trying to like kill Riddick after he took out the pin?
Yeah.
Remember remember the one where he had like his Riddick's hand behind his back and he was like
Oh my
oh,
god,
dude,
what a
I was
scene
like,
that was.
your lats must be ridiculous for you to do what you
Dude,
just
what a scene that was. The most
I was
unbelievable
like, what?
BS I've ever seen. Nah, because they had me. And then I was like, first of all, I didn't know you could hold someone like
No,
that.
First of
No,
all,
Vanilla, come here. Let me try hold you like that.
first of all, I
It's
think
like-
obviously if you on friendly terms, so you don't want to. But if it's someone you want to disable and kill, then it would make sense you hold him because that's a very submissive like
no, your
way to
arm's
hold him.
breaking.
Yeah, exactly. His arm would break. So that's why I'm like, how are you then able to like freaking stretch out your hand and overpower him in that position? That is, I don't care how much stronger you are than him.
No,
If he gets you in that
he's got some
position,
shoulders. He's got some
ain't
shoulders.
no shot.
He's got some shoulders to be able to like, because basically what he's basically doing reverse shoulder raises,
Yeah.
reverse lateral shoulder, and it was like basically pulling himself down against Batista's strength. That's not. Those are some shoulders. That's impossible. First of all, and that's
I was
bloody
just
impressive.
like, what?
No, hey, you got
And then
respect it.
Batista somehow managed to accurately shoot out the the other bike as he's dying.
Oh yeah, what? How? Let's not talk about that.
But yeah, those are just my final thoughts.
Yeah,
on
let's
it.
just. It was just a coincidence. Let's just leave that. That didn't happen. All right, let's rate that movie then.
All right. How about let's let Vanilla go first.
I want ratings, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
You know what? Can I
I'll
say
give it maybe.
something?
Sure.
It hasn't felt like we've been talking for that long.
It actually hasn't. How long have we been talking?
50 minutes.
15.
50.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That is. Yeah, Kyron, sorry.
What was the significance of that?
No, I was just
It
saying
actually
like,
felt like we've only been talking for like 10, 15
yeah,
minutes.
I was gonna say this is gonna be one of our
It
shorter
felt like
videos.
50. I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna say this was gonna be one of our shorter videos. Turns out, not really. Carry on,
Yeah,
sorry.
go on. You were saying the ratings.
any other unnecessary comments? Anyone else wants to
Oh yeah, speaking of, you know the scene where
pick you up? Chief's got one. There we go. Go on, Chief.
He's joking.
nah, you know the scene where he like
He's
had
not
to hold his
joking.
breath
Oh my god,
underwater,
no,
right?
you're joking. Nah, dude.
Hey, if you want me to keep talking,
No,
I can
no.
find something.
No. Let's leave it. All right.
Yeah, go on, Chief. Go on. No, go on. Oh, are you? Do you have to go or no?
No. I'm just saying I don't want Chief
Oh,
to
then shut
speak.
up and let him talk.
I don't want Chief to speak.
Chief, this is a safe space. You talk.
All right, so you know the scene at the beginning, right, where the dogs were chasing him and he had to dive underwater to hide from them.
Yeah.
I just felt like it was kind of BS that because in order to trick the dogs into thinking he died, he somehow managed to slow his heart rate down to like make himself look dead. Because obviously the dogs had like really good hearing, I guess, so they could hear his
Oh,
heartbeat, and it had to like slow his heart rate down to make them think he drowned and died. I'm like, I guess he just has control of his heart rate like that
I didn't
at
question
will.
that. I didn't question that because I know there
Oh,
are.
this goes back to my question though. Is Riddick human?
Oh
That's
yeah,
what
I
I
heard you
don't think
say that. To be
he's
fair,
not. He's not.
no, but I think there are some humans that can do that, right? So that's why I didn't question that.
Really?
Yeah, there are
Hmm.
people who are really good at like. I mean, they wouldn't be able to do it instantly
Maybe
like that in the
that's what I'm saying. Like
water,
in that
but
condition though,
like
like
I know there are people
where
who
your
can
life
like.
is basically on the line.
Yeah, but I know there are people who can like, what's it called? Slow their heart rate down through meditation and stuff like that. So that's why I didn't question it. I was just like, okay, maybe he's just unlocked a different. He's just a different animal.
Because
Same
he also
beast.
had like those like weird fish creatures biting at him and trying to like I guess see him as food and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, the what is it called?
Those little like
What are they called?
eel looking things.
Yeah. That.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, no, I just didn't question that. I think that scene is plausible. That's why I didn't say anything about it. I think it's very plausible.
I just thought it was just part of his superpower, I guess.
Fair enough.
But no, I don't think Riddick is human. I think
Obviously, he's not human.
he's I don't remember what his race name is. They did say it in one of the movies, but I forgot now.
Yeah, I don't think he would be human. Vanilla, are your eyes like that?
Unfortunately, not. I wish they were.
Right?
I don't. I can only see in the
I was gonna
dark.
say there's literally like advantages and disadvantages
Dude,
because obviously he
I can
can't
only
see
see in the
properly in
dark.
the
unknown.
light
Unknown.
without
Think about how much
sunglasses.
girls you could get with those eyes.
What in the dark?
Unknown.
I mean, it's not like he
Unknown.
can't see in the light at all. It's just his
Just
field of
because
view
of
is
the
gonna be
color,
shortened.
That's because of the color.
dude. My face just doesn't help it though, does it?
What are you talking
You
about?
still
Your face doesn't
you
help.
still
Your
have to
face
have a
doesn't matter.
face. It does matter though. You still
Yeah,
have
but
to.
your face is fine. Those eyes will bring you up to like an 8 out of 10.
Nah, impossible.
You'd be the only
They
person
probably
on
add
earth
like
with those
two,
eyes.
3 extra points.
Well, I should just be a 10 out of 10 then because I'm the only bloody person
You
in
probably would be a 10 out of 10. You're a supermodel.
that. Let's stop saying that now because I wish I got those eyes. I'll put some detergent in my eye now.
This is how dumb Unknown is. You just get contacts. Instead, he just puts bleach in his eyes.
It's got to be real. The facts has to be real.
Yeah, do you know what you'd be when you've done that? Blind. That's what you'd be.
No, I can just see in the dark. I can only see dark.
Pitch black.
Yeah, that's all I can see, baby. That's all I can see. It works.
uh,
So we were talking about ratings.
yeah.
So I like the movie, but I would only give it a looking objectively, I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
Solid.
Okay.
Me, not trying to be persuaded by what you lot rate it and stuff like that. I think
no, don't.
it's a solid 5. I think it's entertaining once you get into it. Like I'm not like I don't regret watching it. I thought I'll be completely honest with you guys. I thought while I was watching the first 10 minutes, I was like, I'm gonna grill this. I'm so ready for Arrow. I'm so ready to grill this kid. Like I had pointers. I was like, this is making no sense. He's doing this, but it's not actually that bad. So I'd give it a 5. Like it's not the worst thing you could watch. Like you're not gonna,
Okay,
you're not gonna,
solid.
you're not gonna kill yourself over it.
And I was gonna actually give it a 5 as well. Because obviously, if you're speaking objectively, it's like yeah, it's not for everyone,
Yeah.
but it's a solid movie for the people who like it. And I'm actually wondering why you're not switching on Vanilla Unknown for singing the movie's praises and they only giving it a 6.
No, because he didn't.
Because
He
if
said
that was
no, no,
me,
no, 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 no,
because if
no,
that
no,
was
no, 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 no,
me,
no. Because you gave it a 5. Let's not get started about you. Because I was gonna say something, but I didn't. Because you said literally, "Oh yeah, I've been looking forward for it to come out," and then you only gave it a 5. Come on,
yeah,
come on, nah, come
again,
on.
it's
No,
How did he start off this
how,
episode?
how are
He
you
said,
switching
one of
this
my
to me
favorite
again?
movies ever.
exactly.
And he gives it
Come
a 5.
on, come
Listen,
on.
I
You
can
literally did
One
say
of my
that. You
favorite movies
literally
ever.
said that.
How are we on this again?
I really want to know what your favorite movie ever
At
is
least
ranked
he's
as.
consistent. At least he's consistent.
Because your favorite movie ever is definitely just a 6. It's definitely just a
Consistently
6.
inconsistent.
Oh my god. No, that's why I didn't say anything. Because Vanilla was saying he enjoyed it a lot. He was saying it was a good movie. He felt like the movies did some things right for the movie. He never mentioned it compared to other movies, but you did. You
I
said
didn't
it's
compare it
one.
to other
You said
movies.
it's one of your favorite movies ever, and now that
I
makes
did
us
say that,
think,
yeah.
huh?
I did say that, yeah.
Exactly. That makes us think about all the other possible movies that are out there, and why this one is better than all of those.
What?
But yeah,
See,
it's only a
again, see,
5.
that's
How is
not
one of your
right.
favorite movies
No,
ever
see, that's
only a
not right.
5?
Because
Oh my
me saying it's my
God.
favorite movie ever doesn't automatically make it better than all the other movies out there.
For you, it is though. So therefore,
No.
for you, it has to be a higher rating.
For me, it's just more enjoyable than all the other movies out there. Like for me, it's
Dude, I'm gonna say your real name because it's getting real. It's getting
no,
real.
but listen, but think about it. If we're rating it personally, I would definitely give it a 9. But if you're
That's your
looking at
rating then. No, that's your rating. That's your rating.
so when we do ratings, right? Let's to just get this clear out right
Okay,
now.
we can do ratings. We can do 2.
No,
We can
when
do your
we
personal rating.
ratings for movies,
and-
are we doing objective ratings or personal ratings?
No, we can do 2. Let's do
Because
2.
I've been
Let's do
doing
2.
objective ratings.
Okay, cool. Let's do 2 from now on because I just feel like you hype up a movie so much, right? And then you just go 4. Okay, cool. Your personal rating
we'll
is a
do 2.
9.
My personal rating is a 9.
Okay.
Objective rating is gonna be about 5.
So you think it's for you? You really enjoyed it, but for the
For
general
me,
public, it's
I
all
told
right
you
movie.
this is like my 3rd time watching it, but
Okay, cool.
I
That's
I
fine.
can
That's
watch
fine.
it.
I can accept that.
anytime.
You see, when you say that, I can accept it. I'm not accepting you hyping up the movie the whole hour and then going,
Well,
it's
excuse
only
me
a
for being
4.
able to be detached from my opinions when I need to rate movies.
"Oh my god." Okay. So, Vanilla, what is your personal rating of the movie then?
In Chief's defense, this show or podcast or whatever it's called is called Unorthodox.
Unorthodox opinion.
Bears.
So
I'm just
He's
living
very
up to the
unorthodox.
name.
yeah, he's just living up to the name.
He's just being very unorthodox. He's just going one way and then nose diving the other way completely, and then being like, you know what, I actually hate this movie. Fair enough.
So what we're doing, personal and
Objective,
right?
yeah.
Subjective and objective.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have a hard time distinguishing between subjective
Same.
and objective. If
I
I'm-
don't.
I'll give it a 6 still for both of them, like because
I think I get. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Based on
Yeah.
the objective opinion.
I get what you mean. I think what Vanilla is trying to say is he feels like if he's to really enjoy a movie, then everyone should
be a
really
good
enjoy it. Yeah, like it's going to be a general good movie. Like for example, Top Gun Maverick. I felt like a lot of people enjoyed that,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
we also enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And there are not a lot of movies where like I think there are occasional movies where a lot of people enjoy, and it's like they're mediocre.
I was gonna say, I feel like I watch a lot of movies where I enjoy it, but I can see why people wouldn't enjoy it.
Yeah, I could see that. That's why we're happy to have you here. So
But the
I can,
reasons
Thank you.
why you enjoy it should be reasons why
you would enjoy
other
a
people
movie.
should
Yeah.
kind of enjoy it.
Yeah, but the thing is, remember, he tends to like expect what the movie's given him. So he doesn't like I don't
Yeah,
know,
I
like
don't try and like. I just take the movie as it is.
yeah, yeah.
I feel like I'm
What
good
are you
at
talking about? You
doing
like
that. It's
rewrite
like
the movie.
I feel like I'm good at
What'd you
just
say, sorry?
like.
He rewrites the movie in every one of these videos.
He literally gives them excuses as to why
But
they've
that's what I'm
done what
saying.
they've
I feel
done.
like I'm really good at like just giving a movie more like just kind of going with the flow of a movie.
No, you're really good at finding excuses for that movie as well.
Not finding excuses for it, but making up stuff to make it make sense.
Exactly.
I'm really good at filling in the blanks. Yeah, that's the way to put it.
Fairs. Probably one of the best we've ever seen. I don't think I've seen anyone else fill in a blank more than you. But yeah, so mine would probably be the same, about a 5. I wouldn't be actually maybe a 4.5. Like I would I'm not in a rush to watch it again. I don't think I would watch it again. I'm kind of happy I've got it over with. It felt like an assignment that I was putting off for a long time. And then once I was doing it, I was like, it's actually not that bad, but I don't want to do it again.
Nah, I'd watch it again.
But like, I don't want to do that again. Did you get what I mean? That's what it felt
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
like I feel like a lot of people wouldn't mind doing the assignment. It's not the worst one to do,
Mm.
but I don't think a lot of people would watch it and do it again. So yeah,
Yeah, that's fair.
that's the reason for my rating.
That's fair. That's fine.
On that note, you can close us out.
All right. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like, subscribe. To the who am I talking to?
I don't know.
Honestly,
Probably
Whoever-
unknown again.
Probably unknown.
no. Have you subscribed yet? Make sure you subscribe. And I
Right,
guess we'll see you in the next one when you make it this far.
Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. See you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.